Thank you, Jim. Good afternoon, everybody. Are you getting nervous yet? As England prepare to welcome the old enemy to Wembley, our focus for the next couple of hours is on the other two teams, complicating the picture in Group D. Hampden Park is looking resplendent in the Scottish sunshine, but there are storm clouds hovering overhead for Croatia after going down with a whimper against England on Sunday. The World Cup runners-up simply have to bounce back to avoid the humiliating prospect of a group stage exit. I'm an optimist. Those were the words of head coach Zlatko Dalic at his pre-match press conference yesterday, but the mood among Croatian supporters has been less than optimistic on the back of that opening game defeat. They expected changes. Changes have been made. Dejan Lovren back from any injury, restored to the heart of the Croatia defence, while Josip Brekalo also comes in for Marcelo Brozovic, dropped to the bench in midfield. It's Livakovic in goal, Vashalko, Vida, Lovren and Guardiol in defence, Modric and Kovacic of Chelsea in front of them, with Brekalo, Rebic and Perisic in behind Andre Kramaric up front. Czech Republic start 10 of the 11 that beat Scotland here by 2-0. Vaslik in goal, Sufal, Cheluska, Kalas and Borgil. Holesh is into midfield alongside Souček. Mazepust, Derrida the captain and Yankto behind Patrick Schick, looking to continue his incredible start to the tournament up front. We are just about to be off and underway here on Talksport 2, live from Hampden Park. The Czech Republic all in white, shooting from left to right in this first half. Croatia, despite officially being the home team for this game, in their all-black away strip with the red trim, they are attacking the Mount Florida end of Hampden Park. Away to our left, the referee is the Spaniard Carlos Del Quero Grande, and we are indeed underway once again here on Talksport 2. The Czech Republic looking to put one foot firmly in the last 16, and Chris Uelemo alongside me. Well, Croatia, they just can't contemplate defeat.
No, not at all. You look at this now, I think the Czech Republic in possession, but it's so important that they use the ball well. You know, they can make sure that every opportunity, can they get forward, can they play? Again, exactly what, that's a free kick, isn't it? He's played on. Oh, it's a free kick. But then they can't give the possession away to Croatia, because they have the quality, they will hunt you, they are going to dominate, they're going to have the majority of the possession. The Czech Republic have to use it well.
Croatian supporters inside Hampden in fine voice, outnumbering their Czech counterparts. A pocket of Czech Republic fans over in the far right corner as we look behind the goal there. Team are attacking in this first half. It's picked up over on the far touchline by the blonde-haired Jakub Jankto. And having said in the build-up that we expected Croatia to dominate the ball, they've barely had a touch yet. Forward towards Schick inside the area, and just a hesitation from Dejan Lovren. Eventually, under pressure from Yankto, guides the ball out of play for a throw over on the far left touchline.
Yeah, well, you know what? Kalas fired it into Yankto there, and all he could do was just guide it with his head in the path of Patrick Schick there. But Dejan Lovren took far too long. Make your mind up, get a good touch. Can you open the pitch up and then play out? Oh!
Looking for Yankto inside the area again, and once more the former Liverpool man Lovren hooks the ball up into the sky and away for a Czech Republic throw. Really good start. 2 minutes gone, and virtually all the possession so far has been with the team in white.
Fantastic ball in there, was it?
And Yankto's got acres of space down the left-hand side. Schick has made a run into the penalty area. Yankto with a cross headed away by Vida. It's going to be picked up on the edge of the area by Sufal. Shoots from 20 yards, blocked by Vida. Still alive for the Czech Republic. This is a really nervy start for Croatia, and they just can't get out here. Sufal, the West Ham fullback, collects it just inside Croatian territory. 0-0 on Talksport 2, but already the Czechs are peppering the Croatian penalty area.
Well, it's a fantastic run from Yankto, received the ball. When he's in the box with as much time as that, he's got to pick out Patrick Schick there. He just stayed back in the penalty spot. It was Masopoulos that broke his neck to try and get in between the two centre-backs. He had time, Alex. See your man. Good. He just fired it across. With a lot of pace on it. No accuracy on the pass at all there.
Sufal with a left-footed shot, steered away from the edge of the 6-yard box by Domagoj Vida, the Besiktas defender. But this is just the start that Jaroslav Šilhavý the Czech Republic manager would have implored his team to make, and they're coming forward once again here with Mazepust. In the end, it's diverted behind by Joško Guardiol for the first corner of the afternoon.
Well, Mazepust, every opportunity, he's trying to get up there right beside Patrick Schick, making those runs. Again, fantastic. Wanted the ball, quick throw in from quick, received it well, and quickly from the throw in. Fantastic little bit of control as well, and then wins Czech Republic the corner.
That corner taken by Yankto, sprung into the area, and it was a tap by Souček at the near post, and he heads it over the crossbar and onto the roof of the goal. A pinpoint delivery from Jakub Jankto, very much the set-piece specialist in this Czech side, and the goalkeeper, Livakovic, ends up hanging from the crossbar. Well, maybe that's quite fitting on the day that England play Scotland at Wembley.
Well, we've seen it time again, haven't we? Souček, you know, the way he attacks those balls. You know, I'm looking at the way that Croatia are setting up, a little bit zonal, half and half. Dangerous, you know, when you've got the physical attributes, aerial attributes, the way they go and attack at the Czech Republic. That's going to cause some problems.
They just look a bit flat, Croatia. I mentioned it before the game, 2 wins in their last 10, neither of those against what you would call meaningful opponents. And having lost to England at Wembley without really laying a glove on Gareth Southgate's side, they've been very passive in the early exchanges here. 5 minutes gone on Talksport 2, and again the Czech Republic bombing forward with Schick, plays it out to the left hand side, and Jankto's going to cross into the area, and it's kept alive by Sufal on this right touchline. That was a good ball in, and again Lovren headed it up but not really away, and it will come down for Jankto, still inside the Croatian penalty area, dancing to try and skip clear of Modric, and then he goes down under a challenge there from Bashalko. No foul to the Spanish referee, and immediately Croatia launch it long upfield, and that will be a free kick for the Czech Republic.
Well, another quality break it was from the Czech Republic there. Patrick Schick in the middle of the pitch, fantastic close control, little Cruyff turns and drives. He let Jankto go, the cross was a little bit big, but Sufal, again, always that energy, picking up everything at the back end, good close control, fantastic ball in, and again just over the head of Patrick Schick there, but fantastic break, fantastic attack there from the Czech Republic.
It's Souček dropping deep for the Czech Republic. Man who spent lockdown training at Hackney Marshes, such a popular figure with West Ham supporters, a really important cog in this well-oiled Czech Republic machine, certainly from what we've seen so far in the win here against Scotland and in the opening 6 minutes this afternoon. 0-0 the score, but it's been one-way traffic. The ball is back with Thomas Vašlik, the Czech Republic goalkeeper. That isn't a great clearance, only as far as Kramaric down the right-hand side for Croatia. As the noise goes up inside the stadium, Rebic couldn't get on the end of the cross, and it's ushered behind by Sufal at the expense of a corner. And you can hear from that very vocal Croatian contingent what they thought about that, Chris.
Yeah, well, it was a fantastic ball in from Kramaric there. I've got to say, Rebic, it's a free kick for me. He's got his hands all over. You know what? It's a push in the back. The referee's positioned well. Has to be a free kick. No way the corner should have been given.
Mateo Kovacic comes across to take the corner. The first of the afternoon for Croatia. He's going to play it short to his captain, Luka Modric, the former Ballon d'Or winner, towards the far post, and the goalkeeper, Vašlik, taking responsibility. They actually pushed Souček out the way, and then he's held it, Peter Schmeichel style, all the way into the Croatian half, but Souček was outnumbered, and Dejan Lovren just prods it back to the goalkeeper, Livakovic. 0-0.
It's important, you know. I think Vašlik, the other day was excellent, coming out, being dominant, good hands, but again, starting the attack off as well, keeping that intensity, keeping that tempo high.
Here is Dejan Lovren, former Liverpool defender, self-proclaimed best defender in the world at one stage. We were talking in the hotel before we made our way to Hampden, Chris, about that miracle recovery that he's made from a knee ligament problem. He hasn't looked particularly sharp in these early exchanges.
Well, again, as a player, you always want to play. As a player, most of the time you're carrying some sort of injury. He feels that he can get through it. Trust me, it'll be stiff, but he knows that he can still bring something to the Croatian side.
Perisic thrusting it forward for Croatia, but stepping in, Thomas Kalas of Bristol City inside the centre circle, wins it back for the Czech Republic, and now it's switched out to this near right-hand side, and Vladimir Sufal. Sufal, a little dink forward. Intercepted by the left back, Joško Guardiol, just 19 years of age, the Dinamo Zagreb defender, nicknamed Pep, because of the similarity in his surname and that of Pep Guardiola. He's actually already sorted out his summer move. He'll be off to Leipzig in the Bundesliga after this tournament. It's an important role with Borna Barisic out with a back problem. Big responsibility on the teenager on the left-hand side of that Croatian back line. Good news reaching us here on Talksport 2. Christian Eriksen, who of course collapsed on the pitch against Finland last week, has been discharged from hospital. The Denmark Football Association saying that he's been through a successful operation and was today discharged. He also visited the national team, and from there he will go and spend time with his family. So really good news reaching us about the latest on Christian Eriksen. Meanwhile here at Hamden, Croatia have a free kick in a very central position and within shooting range. Chris Iwelumu for Luka Modric.
Yeah, you know what? Fantastic position for Modric here. I thought it was a soft one, but then I've seen it on replay on the monitor. Kalas came right across Rebic there, hands all over him, right at the face. Referee was spot on. Very dangerous area here.
Modric just adjusting his hair underneath that black Alice band, wearing a luminous green captain's armband halfway up his left arm. Dejan Lovren is also showing a bit of interest, but surely it will be Modric to strike it. Almost level with a penalty spot, this free kick. 10 yards outside the area. And Modric, I think, is almost walking away, so maybe Dejan Lovren fancies his chances. First testing moment for the Czech Republic. Lovren with the free kick, right-footed over the bar. And you have to wonder now why Luka Modric bowed down.
Yeah, well, obviously Lovren has something, you know, because your captain, he has a belief in Lovren. He has it from that distance. But Paslic was comfortable there, nowhere near high and over the wall there, nowhere near the goal.
Tell you what, it's a good omen for England, by the way, that 1-0 win against Croatia in the first game in this group, because they've gone out to the eventual winners in 3 of the last 4 tournaments that they've played in. Croatia World Cup finalists against France most recently. The ball is launched long by Dominik Livakovic. He was part of the Dinamo Zagreb team that beat Tottenham live on Talksport 2 in the Europa League last season. The way this game has started, he might be the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. We've played 11 minutes, it's still goalless here at Hampden Park. Still bright blue skies overhead, just a bit of a breeze. You can see the flags on top of the stand over on the far side, fluttering in that wind. But the pitch in pristine condition. Soufal takes a throw in down this right-hand side for the Czech Republic. Souček dispossessed, then Soufal with a powerful tackle to try and win it back. Croatia asking for a free kick, not given. And it's with Mateo Kovacic now, the former choir boy, midway inside the Croatia half.
Well, it's a fantastic challenge, wasn't it, from Soufal and Guardiol there. You know, it was there to be won, both let in with everything they had. We could hear it from here. I think I'm very, very impressed with Česluska and Kalas. Very high line. What that does, Alex, it just pushes everyone forward, and they're playing in the right areas.
I thought Kalas in particular was excellent here. Fantastic. Against Scotland in the first game. They really snuffed out that Scottish attack. Here come the Czech Republic down their right-hand side. Mazepust into the penalty area. Can he pick out a teammate in white? He pulls it back for Soufal instead. Schick will be the obvious target, and Soufal's got away from the young left-back Guardiol, and it comes for Yankto. 10 yards out, gets underneath the shot and hammers it left-footed high over the crossbar.
It's another massive opportunity. You know, when Soufal's out there, the quality's coming in. You know, Yankto at that back area, he actually had time to take a touch. He's went first time. I think just be aware of the space around you. Touch, finish. You know, I think the defenders in front of him, but a fantastic ball. Bodies in the box as well. Patrick Schick and also Mazepust as well.
We highlighted it before the game. We were talking more about Soufal trying to keep Perisic quiet. I think Perisic actually has started over on the right-hand side, that Croatia attack, and Soufal is being allowed to bomb forward down this near side, and it's a bit of a mismatch, him against Joško Guardiol at the moment. Here come Croatia though, with Perisic, plays it to his right, the cross from Vašálko. That's a good header away by Ondrej Čeluska inside the Czech area, and it falls kindly down the right-hand side for Mazepust, bounces off Schick, he didn't mean that, but still found Mazepus. And then the tackle from Guardiol, from which Mazepus felt the force. The ball trickles out for a throw-in on this near side for the Czech Republic.
Well, I've got to say it was defended well, wasn't it, Mazepus? He's running out, great first touch, he bounces it into Patrick Schick. It's a terrible touch, by the way, but it ricochets into the path of Mazepus, and it's a fantastic challenge, I've got to say. Fantastic challenge from Guardiol there. He recovered well, very lucky in that break for the Czech Republic there, but it does happen, and Guardiol covered up, seen the danger, snuffed it out.
That's the voice of the former Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo here on Talksport 2. Alex Crook, your commentator. Croatia 0, the Czech Republic 0. Earlier today, Sweden beat Slovakia by a goal to 0. You heard that live on Talksport 2. And I think there's a match coming up at 8 o'clock this evening. I'm not completely sure. I'll check the fixture list. Here's Schick in the penalty area. The ball loops off Vida.
And the offside flag goes up now. Talk to me about that. It's about 15 seconds late.
Well, that's the directive from UEFA. Keep your flag down, allow play to come to a natural conclusion so that VAR watching in the UEFA headquarters in Nyon in Switzerland could intervene if needed. I mean, he was way off, wasn't he?
It was way off.
And it's just one of them. He was almost in that Celtic end behind the goal. That's how far offside he was.
But the way that Patrick Schick and Vida come together there, anything can happen. So use common sense. You know, if he's blatantly offside, put your flag up. Let's not have any injuries there.
Punted forward by Livakovic, the Croatian number 1 since 2019, but can only find touch over on the far side. It will be a throw-in taken by Jan Borzil for the Czech Republic. And they go all the way back to the yellow-shirted Thomas Vashlik, who, to his credit, when called upon against Scotland, despite the fact that he flapped at 1 or 2 crosses, proved himself a very capable shot stopper. 0-0 here between Croatia and the Czech Republic. That game at 8 o'clock, by the way. England against Scotland live, both on Talksport. From an England perspective, Sol Campbell and Stuart Pearce will be alongside Jim Proudfoot, and also here on Talksport 2, if you want a slightly more Scotland-centric commentary, Andy Barge and Paul Dickov will be your commentary team for that one. And I'm pleased to say you're sitting down this afternoon, Chris, having spent the entirety of the Scotland-Czech Republic game on your feet, kicking every ball high up here in the press box. You're a bit more relaxed today, shall we say?
For the next hour or so.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see you later. Here is Joško Guardiol down the left-hand side for Croatia, just inside their own half here on Talksport 2, live from Hampden Park. Modric for the outside, the foot steers it forward, and it's picked up by Brekalo. Tries the 1-2 with Rebic, but again the Czech Republic clear the danger, only as far as Mateo Kovacic, a recent Champions League winner with Chelsea. Maybe an opportunity for Croatia to get the ball into the Czech penalty area, but again, everybody bar Patrick Schick in a white shirt back behind the ball. They're so well drilled, this Czech Republic team, so well organised.
Yes, they are. I've just got to say there, Jankto has to keep the ball better. He's under no pressure there, and he tries to rush it and let it go. He's got time just to kind of calm it down, take another touch, give it to Souček, and then play out. All of a sudden, as soon as he gives it away, Croatia kept it very well, but I will have to say, without the ball, very disciplined, very organised, very hard to break down.
You were eyeing up the Czech Republic suits before the game, white t-shirts, blue jackets. What about Zatko Dalic down there, all in black in terms of his suit, white shirt, unbuttoned, white trainers. He is a trendy geezer.
Yes, you have to give him that 100%. I think that's blue, is it not? You said black. You're right there.
Looks black to me. Either way, he would look out of place on the catwalk, the Croatian manager. Doesn't eat on the day of matches, which I can 100% guarantee isn't the case with Chris Iwelumo.
Deflection again. Deflection. We all know it, don't we, Jim? It's a deflection.
Czech Republic have possession just on the edge of the centre circle. Infield from Holeš, and they've got white shirts bursting forward on the counter-attack here. Maybe a chance for Jankto. Drills it along the 6-yard line. Comes for Soufal. Soufal cuts it back for Schick. And this time he made a mess of the shot. Well, he can score from 50 yards, Patrick Schick. Can't make clean contact from 6, it seems.
Well, again, Garida there goes out to Janto, fires it across, comes to Sufa, he picks it, gets that pass right, more often than not. Patrick Schick was just a little bit behind him, couldn't get his foot around it and get the accuracy or the contact that he wanted there, and that was an easy one for Levakovic.
That was Souček there, furthest man forward for the Czech Republic, trying to get across him from the byline. In the end he runs it behind for a goal kick, but that's as we expected, Chris. Thomas Holeš, the defensive midfielder from Slavia Prague, preferred today to Alex Crowley. You can see already Souček is playing in a much more advanced role.
Yeah, Souček again, he was very disciplined, wasn't he? Never got forward. They will play together side by side, but I think obviously Holeš will just sit in there, allow Souček to get forward every opportunity, and already you can see it when in good possession in the wide areas he comes into the box at the right time, late run, and he's always a presence, always a threat.
You have to say tactically Jaroslav Šilhavý has got it absolutely spot on in this tournament so far for the Czech Republic. He's the record appearance holder in Czech League football, and he's shown he's a wily operator. They used to call him the perennial number 2. He was always the assistant, never the manager, stepping into the big chair and looking to guide the Czech Republic into the knockout stages of this European Championship. 0-0. If it stayed that way, that would be enough to take the Czechs on to 4 points. That would probably secure their place in the last 16, but certainly not sitting on their laurels, taking the game to Croatia. And they have looked the more likely to open the scoring in the first 20 minutes here at Hampden Park, live on Talksport 2. Souček in the pink footwear coming forward, and he clips it over the top of the Croatia defence, and he times his run. Mazepust into the area, he looks to cut it back for Janto, and again the assistant referee flags very belatedly that Mazepust was in an offside position as that ball from Souček was scooped over the head of Domagoj Vida.
This one was a little bit tighter, I do have to say. Mazepust, when he got into that position, he was on his own, wasn't he? So he's just trying to kind of hang the ball, get his feet under it, and give it for something for Schick to go and attack, but just hang up, and it was cut out. But the linesman put the flag up there.
Man of the match, Lukáš Mazepust, when Slavia Prague beat Sparta Prague in May. For those of you not that familiar with Czech football, that goes down quite well. Oh, there's a clearance from the goalkeeper, from the Czech goalkeeper Vašlik. He's hammered his clearance against Rebic. It could have gone anywhere. It loops off the chest of Ante Rebic, and only just, Chris, over the crossbar. That was almost an embarrassing way for the Czech Republic to concede. Great ball by Modric to start the attack. It was poked back towards the penalty area by Borzil. The goalkeeper Vašlik did well to get there ahead of Rebic, and then smashed the right-footed clearance against the Croatia attacker.
I don't think the goalkeeper can do much else there. He's just had to get to the ball, make sure he makes good contact with it. Thank God he got a lot of power on it, but when it came off Rebic, it could have went anywhere. But Borzil, you know, that when he's intercepted the pass, he's done his job. You know, it wasn't a pass back, he's just tried to intercept it, and that's taken it through to Vašlik. Again, as a goalkeeper, switched on, comes up sweet to danger, but that one, very lucky.
I don't know if that counts as a shot on goal from Rebic. If it does, it's now 1 goal in his last 32 shots. You have to say, in this case, he didn't know an awful lot about it, but Croatia not too far away from taking the lead. 22 minutes gone, you're listening to Talksport 2. It's Croatia 0, the Czech Republic 0. England against Scotland coming up later, and we should have team news from there before the end of the programme, around about 7:15. Here comes Joško Guardiol down the left-hand side for Croatia. Can that incident spark them into life here? Sufal back defending and poking the ball out of play under pressure from Josip Brekalo, and it's going to be a corner kick, second of the afternoon for Croatia. Brekalo playing it through the legs of Souček, and Sufal just about there ahead of Guardiol, who's continued his run into the box. And I think Sufal's unhappy, Chris, with the way that Guardiol went to ground there, almost looking for a penalty kick.
Well, he's lucky he's not received the yellow card. Referee was positioned well. Guardiol, no one near him, no contact, tries to make the most of it. Ball was going out for a corner anyway. That's the only thing that probably got him off with a booking there.
Luka Modric plays it short from the corner and then drills it towards the penalty spot. He shot on the turn. straight down the throat of Vashlik. A decent enough attempt from Perisic on the left foot, but the goalkeeper, right place, right time to make a relatively routine save.
Well, straight off the training ground, is it? Perisic found himself founding Modric there. Fantastic contact from Perisic as well, but like you say, Vashlik was positioned well, came through a lot of bodies as well. Good hands.
We've talked a lot about Luka Modric and the fact that the Czech Republic are up against the Ballon d'Or winner of 2018. Ivan Perisic hasn't had a bad career either. He's won the title with Dortmund, with Bayern Munich, with Inter Milan, the Champions League with Bayern Munich as well. There is genuine star quality in this Croatia lineup.
Yes, there is, and you see it, little glimpses, they're kind of grown into the match, but there's players there that can hurt you. Just at the minute, the Czech Republic aren't allowing them to do that, to get on the ball and play the way that they want. Look at this, Patrick Schick pressing high. Look at the four right behind them at the minute, and that's outstanding.
Yeah, it's almost a 4-1-4-1, isn't it, when Croatia are in possession and Patrick Schick there dispossessing Lovren, who went down looking for a foul. Spanish referee said get up and get on with it, and in the end it goes back to the goalkeeper Livakovic and it remains 0-0. They are hassling and harrying this Czech Republic side. Clearly brimming with confidence after that victory live on Talksport against Scotland in their opening game. It's scooped forward again by Modric, looking for the run of Rebic into the penalty area, but too close to Thomas Vashlik, the goalkeeper, as the drums from the Croatian fans sound out around Hamden once again. Guardiola stepping in to win it back on the halfway line for Croatia. He was caught off the ball by Derrida. Referee plays a good advantage, and Modric dropping deep to halfway knocks it forward to Andrej Kramaric. Then it's steered out to the right hand side for Šalko, made with a chance to cross into the area. Once again too close to Vashlik, but that was a neat move from Croatia.
It was fantastic play. I've got to say, Derrida's very lucky. I think it could be a yellow card with his challenge on Guardiola there, but good play. Goes out to Varto there as well. Fantastic cross in, but Vashlik again comes out. Good with his hands, dominant, vocal.
I think the referees, in fairness, have tried to keep their cards in their pockets during this tournament. They've tried to let it flow, and we haven't had too many controversial moments.
We wouldn't be surprised though that when Derrida there's just come through the back of Guardiola, when a yellow card come out, there's no argument, is there?
Brilliant slaloming run from Kovacic, tried to feed it forward to Rebic, but it's run back by the Czech Republic, and here comes Mazepust. Plays it out to the right hand side, and Schick 6 yards outside the penalty area, infield for Derrida. Derrida's got a lot of space on the edge of the penalty area, plays it out to this near side, and Vladimir Sufal once again linking up with Mazepust. It's been a good partnership down the Czech right hand side, and they're knocking the ball around neatly on this Hampden Park pitch. Here is Souček, the tall, rangy West Ham midfielder, out to his club mate Vladimir Sufal again. Those Czech fans behind the goal in good voice, but this time Sufal can't find Yankto. Croatia smuggle it clear, but only as far as the halfway line, and only as far as Sufal again.
Fantastic reaction, they kept the ball very well there. Yankto comes across, and Mazepust has to be better with that distribution with the pass. As soon as they lose it, they react though. Win it back.
Sufal trying to slide it out to this right hand side, and Mazepust intercepted this time by Guardiola, and then a rare misplaced pass from the Czech Republic. Tomáš Holeš, not renowned for his passing. It's going to be a throw-in for Croatia. Midway inside their own half. 27 minutes gone. Croatia 0. The Czech Republic 0 on the day that Sweden beat Slovakia 1-0 here on Talksport 2. We've got England against Scotland live from Wembley Stadium. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. And then lots of live matches to come over the course of the weekend as well. I'll tell you about a few of those as the afternoon progresses. Here come Croatia down the right touchline. Šinova Šalko, the Atletico Madrid right back, plays it back to Modric on halfway. Dropping very deep to get involved there was Josip Brekalo, and he's collected it now midway inside the Czech half. Guides it first time out the right hand side, and Šalko once more. Croatia enjoying a prolonged spell of possession here. We've not said that too often in the first half, and it's with Brekalo again right in the centre of the Czech half, played out to his left hand side, and Guardiola well forward. Now Kramaric dropping deep, the former Leicester man. He's skipped away from one tackle, then plays out to the left-hand side. Drop of the shoulder from Guardiola to escape the clutches of Soufal, crosses into the area, took a deflection, and that breaks kindly in the end for Tomáš Vašlik, and he bowls it out to the left-hand side. The Czech Republic back on the ball.
Just the numbers in there defensively for the Czech Republic. You know, they're all coming back, their responsibilities, know their job. I think Guardiola there done the right thing for me. If anything, come in, great little bit of trickery, creates that space, can he get his shot away there? I know he's looking to just play that little dink pass. Again, Vašlik comes out on his toes, he's aware of that, but I think that's the way it is. Try and create those overloads in the wide areas, isn't it?
That's the former Wolves, Burnley and Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo here on Talksport 2 alongside me, Alex Cook. Still we await the first goal. We expected a tight, cagey affair. It hasn't really been like that, but clear-cut chances happen at a premium. It's been a very aesthetically pleasing game to watch. I think we probably expected that. Two good footballing sides. It's back with Tomáš Vašlik inside the Czech penalty area, all in yellow. It's not first choice for his club, Sevilla, but he has been the Czech Republic #1 pretty much since Petr Cech retired from international football. He hasn't been seriously troubled, Vašlik, as yet this afternoon. Jankto in possession for the Czech Republic, plays it back towards his own penalty area, and it's helped on now to Souček in midfield, and his immediate reaction is to slide it out to his right-hand side, and Soufal knocks it down the line for Schick. He's taken Vida out the game. Schick with a neat turn on the edge of the area, but good defending by Guardiola. Makes the block as Schick with to play it back into the box, and that's scamperously won back by Ante Rebic for Croatia.
Well, it's fantastic play from Rebic there. You know, it was there to be won. It was a sloppy pass. I think it can come straight out to Masopust there. It never did. And Rebic getting an interception and won Croatia a throw-in. Great defensive work from the striker.
Quite the line-up tomorrow on Talksport. 2 o'clock kick-off between Hungary and France. France, most people's favourites for this competition. That's followed at 5 by Portugal against Germany. Germany, having lost their opening game, needs something from that one. And then at 8 o'clock, it's Spain against Poland. All of those games live on Talksport on a sensational Saturday from the European Championship. Here's Soufal facing his own goal, under pressure from Brekalo. Makes to play it back to the goalkeeper. In the end is content Vladimir Soufal just to knock it behind for a goal kick.
Well, that Croatian 3 in behind Rebic, they're rotating all the time. You know, I guess it's youth footballers where the space is, who makes the run. It's not always the closest man to that side, and they're using it quite well at the minute. It's just that final little bit of quality in that attacking third that's just falling a little bit short.
Camden Park bathed in sunshine, barring the bottom left corner of the pitch, the shadow of the stand on this near side, the floodlights included in that, just blocking what is a very glorious scene in Glasgow. I know out of keeping with the wet weather that you've been experiencing in England throughout most of the day. Perfect temperature as well for these players to produce a real spectacle. 13 minutes to go until half-time. Still Croatia 0, Czech Republic 0. Czechs have lost only 2 of their last 8 matches. Of course, winning that opening game against Scotland live on Talksport by 2 Patrick Schick goals to 0. One an excellent header guided into the far corner. The second, arguably goal of the tournament from just inside the Scotland half, having spotted David Marshall off his line. Here is Schick, back to goal, lovely layoff into the half of Mazepust. He gets it back now, Schick, on this right-hand side. Souček has made the overlapping run this time. Souček to the byline, looks to cross, blocked by Guardiola. And the Czech Republic have their second corner. That was a masterful piece of control by Schick.
Yeah, it was fantastic build-up play, wasn't it? For one, he comes across with pace as well. Fantastic little touch inside, but then again he receives the ball, and him and Souček down the right hand side. You're thinking, as soon as he gives the ball to Souček, you want him to be in the box. You know, he's out near this wide area. He's got to break his neck, make sure he stays between the post.
Well, he's in the box now, all right. Short corner routine. Jankto with a cross towards the far post. Schick was leaping, headed away by Lovren. Might come on the edge of the penalty area for Derrida. His shot charged down. And there's a Czech player down inside the penalty area, and the Spanish referee is going to have to stop play now, and it's Patrick Schick having gone up for the header. Well, I think he's just taken an arm in the face, and there might well be blood, Chris.
Oh yeah, you're looking at it now in the monitor here, face covered in blood, so I think we'll look at the monitor. Definitely had a collision, taking one right on the nose there. On the monitor now.
May have been with his own player. They were two compete with the same ball. No, that's not conclusive. It was Dejan Lovren who headed it clear, and he just caught him with the right elbow.
Right on the
nose.
Yes, it was. And it was just one of them. There's no intent in it. He's gone up to head the ball there, Lovren, but he's just using his hands to kind of propel himself up there. And I've got to say, the contact on Patrick Schick gets very, very bloodied nose, bloodied face at the minute.
Well, this would be a major blow for the Czech Republic if Patrick Schick was unable to continue. The referee, by the way, has just got his left arm to his ear. He is talking into his microphone, and there is a potential penalty here. VAR in neon, reassessing the incident. Dejan Lovren looks perplexed.
Yeah, because it's an intent. There's no intent there. He's going for the ball there. I'd be very surprised if this was given, Well,
he's made the television symbol. Oh my God. Carlos Del Quero Grande is racing over to a television monitor over on the far side, and he is going to have a look for himself and see if the Czech Republic should be awarded a penalty.
Well, I'm looking at the still that he's looking at just now, so there's contact. The elbow does touch the face, but it's a genuine attempt for the ball, isn't it? There's no intent there, is there? Lovren, does he have a look at his man? Does he go up? He can't be given as a penalty kick.
Well, he's had a look at a number of replays now. The Spanish official, the Croatian fans booing and jeering inside Hampden Park. If he makes the television symbol again, it may well be a penalty for the Czech Republic. He's walking slowly away. He's made the television symbol. It's a penalty for the Czech Republic, and it's going to be a yellow card as well for Dejan Lovren.
Well, I'm very surprised. The ball comes in, he's a defender. He goes up, his eyes on the ball, and he's just trying to go up and clean it. The arms come up. It's a natural thing for the arms. Like you say, you go to the screen, you look at it from all different angles. There is contact with the elbow to the nose. We've seen that, we called that. There's no intent there, Alex. What do you think?
It's the type of incident you will see at countless set pieces, and if you're going to start giving penalties for that,
consistency, exactly,
there will be an awful lot of spot kicks. Vladimir Dorida, the Czech captain, is the man who has the ball in his arms. The Czech players are wanting to get on with this. The Croatian players are surrounding the referee, and they will be advised to walk away here. Luka Modric, as he's entitled to as captain, leading the protest. You can hear what the Czech fans make of it behind the goal, but what a big moment this could be. A penalty for the Czech Republic with only 9 minutes to go, and Dorida has handed the ball now to Patrick Schick at the end of Hampden Park, where he scored so spectacularly against Scotland. Patrick Schick with a chance to prove he's as potent from 12 yards now as he is from 50. And this could be a major moment for both Croatia and the Czech Republic. Patrick Schick up against Dominik Livakovic after a harshly awarded penalty following that VAR review. He scored 8 goals, Schick, in his last 11 matches. Is he about to make it 9 in 12? The Czech fans on their feet behind the goal. Patrick Schick, their man of the tournament so far, left-footed into the bottom corner, and scenes of jubilation amongst that pocket of Czech Republic supporters. Well, you might not have known his name before this tournament, but you certainly do now. Patrick Schick makes it Croatia 0, the Czech Republic 1.
Well, what a fantastic penalty. Very comfortable. You seen him taking his big breaths before, looking up at the screen, with seeing his own face. Comfortable. Sent the keeper the wrong way, struck it well. Fantastically well taken penalty there.
And it could be the goal, as we welcome listeners from Talksport, that puts the Czech Republic into the knockout stages. Patrick Schick, with his third goal of the tournament, kisses the camera as he wheels away in celebration. It was a controversial penalty call from the Spanish referee. Dejan Lovren shown a yellow card for an elbow on Schick, who was left with blood pouring from his nose. Chris Iwelumo alongside me disagreed with the decision, but no dispute about the penalty, as emphatic as they come.
Well, nose is packed as well, eyes are starting to swell up, that lump in his nose, probably with a broken nose as well. Fair play, fantastic penalty.
What it means is Croatia, World Cup runners-up, are in big trouble, but they could be back on level terms here. Rebic with a shot from 7 yards, and he slices it left-footed wide of the goal. That's a massive opportunity for Zlatko Dalic's side to hit back straight away.
Well, fantastic ball through from Brekalo there. Great touch from Rebic as well. I think he's done everything right, and then he's just laced at it. Went with power, but I think it's just that little nonchalant finish. Just make sure you hit the target, pick your spot, and just place.
There is a scenario, by the way, whereby the Czech Republic could find themselves back in Glasgow in the last 16. Patrick Schick, well, he'll want to play here every week.
Yes, he will.
Quickly becoming his favourite stomping ground. Croatia 0, Czech Republic 1. I told you on Sunday, Chris, these boys could be the dark horses of the tournament.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could. You know, I think that the way that they're playing without the ball as well, they've been outstanding.
And here comes Jankto down that left-hand side. I mean, there are probably, 300 Czech fans behind the goal. Whenever they come forward, it sounds like 3,000 inside Hampden Park.
Yeah, and the players are definitely feeding off that. I'll tell you something now. I broke my nose in a game. Had it packed up as well, and it's uncomfortable. You know, you'll take those the pads out at half time. The pore will be bloodied, but I tell you, the nose will be bloodied very much. But the swelling's coming up. Eyes are blackened already. Fair play that he's still out there.
Well, that double that he got against Scotland, Patrick Schick, made him only the third Czech player ever to score a brace at the European Championships. He was following in illustrious footsteps as well. Vladimir Smica back in 2000 and Milan Baros 4 years later. He's on for 3 now, and I think I'm right in saying he's now the leading marksman in the tournament, leading the race for the Golden Boot. How many of you had a couple of quid on that before a ball was kicked? 1-0, the Czech Republic lead. Into the last 2.5 minutes here on Talksport 2. There will be stoppage time because that lengthy review, and every time you look at the replay, I just can't understand why that penalty has been given. It's a genuine attempt to play the ball from Dejan Lovren. That's certainly, it was just, if you watch the way he was gesturing towards the referee after the penalty he'd given, he was leaping almost like a salmon with both arms down behind his sides. So how am I supposed to jump without using my arm?
You're spot on, and what I will say just from the monitor there, the referee's positioning was excellent. Right, looking at the exact moment, never seen it. Remember, we played on. Modric is breaking up the left-hand side, got to the halfway line, and then the play stops because Patrick Schick is down. The referee looked at it, positioned, and when you go look at the monitor, 3-4 different angles, slowed down. There is contact, but there's no intent.
It's a rare penalty conversion this tournament as well. 4 of the previous 6 have been missed. Here come Croatia looking for an equaliser before half-time. The ball dinked towards Rebic at the far post. They just look so flat-footed in attack, Croatia.
Well, Rebic again in that position, you know, I think he's just got to feel it in. If it's just a little head to Guardiola there, that just communication, but he's tried to just put his body in front and then and lay it with the footwear. The easier thing to do is either take it up, take it with the chest. He's got the better of Chaluska just from position in there. He just keep the ball alive.
It's a problem though, Chris Iwelumo, isn't it? Because they've got 13 survivors from the team that reached the final of the World Cup. Probably the most notable absentee, other maybe than Ivan Rakitic, is Mario Mandzukic because of the presence that he has in attack. And if you think of the great Croatian sides from years gone by, I mentioned Euro 96 and Davor Suker, Alan Bocic, with the greatest respect in the world, Andre Kramaric, Rebic, they're just not in the same league as those two.
No, very much so, and it's evident, isn't it? You know, the chance already that Rebic has already missed, that to be in the back of the net.
And when I say with the greatest respect in the world, like Simon Jordan, I mean that with no respect at all to Kramaric and Rebic. Simon back alongside Jim White, live from Glasgow, 10 o'clock on Talksport on Monday morning, incidentally. 2 minutes to go at the end of the first half. Croatia 0, Czech Republic 1. The Czech Republic are going top of England's group. unless Croatia can equalise before half-time. The ball steered into the area by Kramaric, but smashed upfield by Derrida. And when they get their noses in front, Chris, the Czech Republic, as Scotland found to their peril, they are a tough team to reel back in.
Yeah, like you say, it's the same. It's still, they play as if it's 0-0, you know, organised movement, organisation. You know, I think it's just one of those that's clearly a tempo. You know, everyone's shuffling across, very hard to play through. Look at the bodies. So Czech breaking his neck to get back into position.
Here is Kramaric though, just outside the penalty area, right for his shot for a crowded 18-yard box. It's a good save down low to his left by Vashlik.
Well, Kramaric had every right to take the shot on there, just the contact wasn't great. That's like you say, he had it covered, it was going wide anyway, but he kept the ball in. I think he's been excellent. You know, that confidence just breathes into the defence in front of him from Vashlik.
Vashlik with the ball, high up into the Glasgow sky. The sun's still beaming down on Hampden, certainly shining on the Czech Republic in this tournament, having beaten Scotland by 2-0. They lead. The World Cup runners-up by that Schick penalty, and it's flicked on by Yankto. Derrida making the burst from midfield. It's helped back by Domagoj Vida to Livakovic, but not a convincing clearance by the goalkeeper. And the Czech Republic, to the delight of their travelling fans, have a throw level with the Croatian penalty, and we will find out very shortly how many minutes will be added on at the end of the first half here on Talksport 2.
Well, excellent play from Derrida as well. He chased Vida all the way there, put the pressure on, and Livakovic never had really much option rather than going long. They're just trying to a little push as well there.
I think it was Luka Modric getting involved. And Bashalko, tempers fraying here for Croatia. Back-to-back defeats for them at the moment as it stands, and it will look a pretty tall order going into that final group game against Scotland, live on Talksport 2 next Tuesday, for Croatia to take their place in the knockout stages. Domagoj Vida in possession inside his own half of the team in black. 3 added minutes at the end of the first half to play. It's swept clear by Jakub Jankto of Sampdoria for the Czech Republic. Derrida working doggedly away over on that far touchline. Jankto was caught off the ball, and this looks a really nasty one for Jakub Jankto. Did he take one in the ribs, Chris?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah,
I think that's naughty.
It is naughty. And the referee again was positioned right. Never seen it. You know, it's he's actually trying to play. He knows exactly what he's doing there, Bashalko. And you know what, that is just the wind taken out of. It can be very uncomfortable, that, Alex.
Well, he certainly winded Jankto. He was helped immediately back to his feet, and again that was an illustration of the team spirit that is coursing through the veins of this Czech side. There was a school of thought coming into the tournament that maybe the year's break, the championship being delayed due to COVID, might just help the Czechs, give some of their younger players the chance to mature. They've got 5 of the squad from Slavia Prague, who knocked out Leicester in the Europa League. They've got the West Ham connection of Soufal and Souček, 2 former Slavia Prague players, and they are a team, aren't they, in every sense of the word?
Yes, they are. And like you say, it's they're definitely benefiting from the last probably 18 months. Players come through, experience, more game time, and that quality is definitely shown. But you can definitely not question the team spirit and the unity that this group have.
And just to emphasise how much they've changed as a squad, these two met in the group stage of 2016. It was a 2-2 draw. Croatia 2-0 up in that game at one stage. Ended up chucking away 2 points. Only 3 survivors in the entire squad for the Czech Republic 5 years on. Oh, it's given away by Modric on the edge of his own penalty area. And here's Schick again. Good challenge this time. Oh, foul, according to the referee. Mateo Kovacic sweeping Schick off his feet. I thought that looked a fair challenge.
No, he took the man first. You know, you think about it.
Oh, correct, yeah.
It's just one of those, you know, he makes contact with the ball, but he goes through the man there first. And it's fantastic play from Patrick Schick again. Just puts his body in between ball and man and invites that one there, because there's a lot of work still to do.
Well, it was sloppy play from Luka Modric, of all people, initially squandering possession on the edge of his own penalty area, and Well, they might just see this, the Czech Republic, as an opportunity to double their lead. It's just to the left of centre, probably what, 10 yards outside the penalty area? Maybe not that. And I think it will be Vladimir Darida coming in from the left-hand side. He's left it for Schick, in fact, shoots left-footed. It's over the crossbar, and that was probably a bit too close for Patrick Schick.
Yeah, you know what, it just shows you the confidence. He said to the leader, everything that he's hitting at the minute is finding itself in the back of the net. I've got to say, I think the leader should have just kind of said, you know what, I'm the captain, I'm taking this, I've got the quality, I can ask that question. That was nowhere near.
Croatia 0, the Czech Republic 1. You're listening live on Talksport 2 from a very noisy Hampden Park, certainly that Czech contingent. The Croatian fans stunned into silence. Their team beaten by England at Wembley in the opening game in this group, staring down the barrel of a potentially very damaging defeat once again, and it's a big 15 minutes to come at half-time for Zlatko Dalic, their manager. And 3 added minutes at the end of the first half are up, and there is the half-time whistle of the Spanish referee, very much at the forefront of Croatia's frustration. A big turning point. A penalty awarded after a VAR review. Dejan Lovren back in the side today, penalised for an elbow on Patrick Schick, and the man who scored twice against Scotland stepped up and converted emphatically from 12 yards. Well, he left the Scots Schick as a parrot, and it's Croatia who feel pig Schick this afternoon. Half time, it is Croatia 0, the Czech Republic 1. Well, Croatia had failed to score in each of their last 2 matches before today. They haven't failed to hit the target in 3 successive games since way back in January 2006. If they can't find a goal in the second half, it will be 2 defeats from 2 in Group D. It is Croatia, having made those changes, who kick us off in this second period, all in black with a red trim, shooting left to right. The Czech Republic all in white, and the double substitution from Zlatko Dalic, Luka Ivanušec and Bruno Petkovic coming on. Off go Josip Brekalo and Ante Rebic. So Petkovic, Chris, is going to play central now, with Kramaric down one side and Perisic, the other. Ivanušec probably in that number 10 role, and they've got a free kick very early in this second period, just to the left of the 18-yard box, 7 or 8 yards in from the far touchline.
Yeah, well, you know what, Petkovic, he brings something different, doesn't he? I think Kramaric find himself out on that right hand side more often than not. The quality coming into Rebic, he had a couple of big chances, never put them away. You have to be ruthless as a manager. That's exactly why the change has been made. Modric
plays the free kick low to the edge of the area, and the shot in the end from Mateo Kovacic high over the crossbar, but at least a sign of intent from Croatia at the start of this second period.
If you're Vazlik there, you're happy for shots to come at you from that distance. Frustrated a little bit, the Croatians, at the organisation of the Czech Republic, but they have to play their game, they have to play through the thirds like they do. You know, taking a shot from 40 yards, that's not going to trouble Vazlik at all, is it?
So let's give you the 2 teams then as they line up for this second half. Croatia now with Livakovic in goal, Vashalko, Vida, Lovren who gave away the penalty, and Guardiol in defence. Modric and Kovacic still deepest in midfield, with Ivanušec on the right, Kramaric in the number 10, Perisic on the left, and they're attacking here. Petkovic up front, can they get him on the ball? Oh, that's a super goal! A brilliant goal from Ivan Perisic, raiding down the left-hand side, cuts on to his right foot and hammers one right-footed into the far corner. All of the Croatian fans on their feet inside Hampden, and when they needed a hero, when they needed a talisman at the start of their second half, Ivan Perisic delivers. Quick free kick, releasing Perisic. He was all on his own on the edge of the area, and he cuts in and sends a rasping shot into the corner. Croatia 1, the Czech Republic 1.
What a fantastic finish there from Ivan Perisic there. He made the mind up. Fantastic running behind. Great way to pass. As soon as he gets control of the ball, he's coming in. One thing in mind, can he get his shot away? Just want to work that yard, make that yard. Fantastic finish. Sprints it with the venom on the shot, the accuracy. I tell you what, Vaslik had no chance there. Ivan Perovic, fantastic, personally, absolute outstanding finish.
Well, we've seen some great goals already over the course of this tournament on Talksport and on Talksport 2. That is right up there from Perisic. His 29th international goal. How crucial could that be come the end of this group campaign? Having fallen behind to that hotly disputed penalty, they had to rally themselves, Croatia. They had to find some character. My way did they find it pretty quickly. And Zlatko Dalic, having made those changes, Perisic, remember, playing on the right-hand side in the first half. He's much more accomplished on that left-hand side, and those changes, Chris Iwelumo, paying dividends right at the start of the second half. 1-1.
Yeah, like you say, when he's on that left-hand side, Perisic, he just comes in on his right. He can open up the goal like he does. The quality that you're going to get, the balls that... Well, that's a bit of a naughty one there.
I tell you what. Well, there've been one or two niggly challenges. Masopust has gone down there. It was the other half-time sub, Bruno Petkovic, who's just gone railroading in there. I think his studs were down, so no yellow card, but a free kick for the Czech Republic. I'm sure the last words from Jaroslav Šilhavý, their coach, would have been keep it tight early in the second half. Those words seeming hollow within 3 minutes. They've given the ball away from the free kick. Croatia suddenly have got their towels up here at Hamden. It's played back in the end by Thomas Kallas to the goalkeeper Vaslik, who could do nothing about that delicious shot from Perisic. 1-1 the score. You're listening to Talksport 2. Don't forget, coming up later, a small matter of England against Scotland, live from Wembley. It's an 8 o'clock kick-off. We have commentary on Talksport with Jim Proudfoot, Sol Campbell and Stuart Pearce, and here on Talksport 2, Andy Barge and Paul Dickov giving you a more Scottish style commentary. There's a yellow card shown to Lukasz Masopust, the first Czech Republic booking.
Yeah, the referee was positioned very well there. Masopust just put the shoulder, the arm right into the neck and chin of Gvardiol there. The referee, it was a sore one, like you say, took the wind out of him a little bit, but the referee was positioned well. Yellow card comes out, rightfully so.
Didn't even get a chance to give you the Czech Republic team before that goal went in. Vaslik in goal, Sufau, Cheluska, Kallas and Borgil in defence. Then come Holesh and Souček, Masopust, Dorida and Jankto behind Patrick Schick up front. 1-1. This game is delicately poised now, just what you want from a neutral perspective, and certainly Croatia posing much more of an attacking threat early in the second half. Here is Perisic, the goal scorer. Neat footwork from him again, crosses towards the far post this time. It's hooked down inside the box by Ivanušec, but too many white-shirted Czech players back to clear.
So it's fantastic play from Perisic there as well. You know, he can go either way, on his right, on his left, hard to defend against there.
Well, he scored 3 goals in qualifying, Ivan Perisic, off and running in the tournament proper, and off and running in style. I mean, even in the 2 games that we've commentated, Chris, we've seen some fantastic goals, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yes, we have. That one there, as soon as he comes in, we've got to do everything. So hard for the goalkeeper as well. You know, Vaslik, you're covering that near area, but he's hit it with so much power, Perisic, that it was already past Vaslik when he put his arms up there, but right in the back end. Fantastic strike.
Croatia avoiding that unwanted record of going 3 successive games without scoring. Here's Souček from the edge of the area. Low right-footed effort towards the bottom corner. Just skips wide of the right-hand upright for a moment. Livakovic was scrambling across his goal.
Yeah, it was struck well, wasn't it? I think, yeah, just the last minute as well. You're looking at Livakovic there. He's reached out. I was thinking that he was covered. He knew exactly where his goal was. He knew it was going wide, but did have a little scramble.
Ivanušec operating on the right-hand side now for Croatia. And now for his dribbling skills, another in that Dinamo Zagreb side that embarrassed Tottenham in the Europa League. Here's Perisic. Oh, he's fallen over inside the penalty area. Still almost manages to find a teammate, and is headed up and away by Jakub Jankto. 1-1 the score. You're listening to Talksport 2. Alex Cook and Chris Iwelumo, the former Scotland striker. He'll be watching from behind the sofa, and his beloved Scots take on England live at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll get the team news probably in around about half an hour's time. Big decisions for both Gareth Southgate and Steve Clarke. And we'll have all the fallout as well on Talksport. I think Jose Mourinho will be reacting to that game straight after the full-time whistle. Are we going to get a winner here at Hampden? Here's Modric, just on the edge of the centre circle, plays it back to Dejan Lovren. It's a complete opposite start to the second half than what we saw in the first. Croatia dominating possession, and the Czech Republic at the moment finding it difficult to get any kind of foothold in the game.
Yeah, they're using it much better. Croatia definitely higher up the pitch as well. That says a lot for that defensive line as well. It just pushes them forward. But this is important when the Czech Republic get the ball back. They have to use it well, even slow it down. You know, get the breather in again, but use it well, and they have done exactly that.
1-1 the score. Most of the noise now is being generated by those Croatian supporters inside Hampden Park. Here's Souček though, stepping imperiously over the halfway line and rolling it down the left-hand side for the Czech Republic. Derrida switches the play out to the right, and Soufal, who miscontrols. It's a throw in for Croatia, level with their penalty area.
Well, I have to say, fantastic play from the Czech Republic. Just got away from Masopust there. In fact, it was Soufal down that right hand side, but again Derrida just dictating it all, getting on the ball. His movement is excellent. Great pass out to Soufal as well there.
A bit rusty there from Croatia, trying to play out from the back. It's sprayed out to this right hand side, and Ivanušec slowly makes his way towards halfway into the feet of Andre Kramaric, now plying his trade in Germany with Hoffenheim after an unsuccessful spell with Leicester City in the Premier League. Kramaric can't bring the ball under control on the edge of the Czech penalty area. It's played back by Jan Borzil, just taking his time inside the 18-yard box is Vaslik, the goalkeeper. We played 11 minutes in the second half here on Talksport 2. Czech Republic taking the lead in contentious circumstances. Patrick Schick with a penalty with 8 minutes the first half remaining after a VAR review judged that Dejan Lovren had elbowed the Czech talisman. Croatia back on level terms only 2 minutes after the restart. Ivan Perisic with another possible goal of the season contender, coming in from the left-hand side and sending a rocket right foot shot into the far corner.
Tell you what, it's up
beyond
there.
Vasily.
It's up there. Fantastic goal.
Here's Jankto, the Czech Republic looking to get their noses back in front. Wasn't really dealt with by Vida. And then Derrida plays it out to the right. Soufal, low cross into the area this time. Hook clear by Vida. Schick being jeered by the Croatian fans. Keeps the Czech Republic on the front foot. It's come out to Jankto again. Left corner of the penalty area. Deep cross towards Schick this time. Only half clear. Soufal back in there. It bounces inside the penalty area. It was a game of pinball. And in the end, the black shirts get it away.
Well, as soon as Jankto got the ball there, it's a fantastic ball to the back end. Patrick Schick went to the ground. I'm sitting thinking there was two hands on the back there, but no one's made a claim. Fantastic ball, but again, Croatia, good possession of the ball, playing out from the back, as they've done more often than not.
There's more action down on the Croatia bench. Zlatko Dalic, having acted quickly to make the double change at half-time, I think will be making a third very shortly. Here's Perisic, their goal scorer, over on the far left-hand side. Collected just on the edge of the penalty area, and the shot blazed high over the crossbar. Rush of blood really from Ivanušec. He was being urged by the Croatian fans to shoot. He did so, but was always rising.
You know what, I'm looking at it on the monitor now, and it's Perisic as well, just a little elbow and a little shoulder into the back of
I think he's gone down softly though, hasn't he?
When you're watching the ball and you don't know it's going to come, just that little contact. It's very clever from Perisic there.
Have you got your membership to the Strikers Union for this year yet? Chris Wellerman,
yes,
the former Scotland international here on Talksport 2. The next player coming on for the Czechs, by the way, is Nikola Vlasic, former Everton man. Another attacking, bold change from Zlatko Dalic. Here's Modric, deep inside his own half. What a lovely ball that is with the outside of the foot. Out to the left-hand side, and Guardiola urged forward from left-back. Rolls it down that left-hand side. Croatia have got plenty of black shirts in and around the penalty area. The shot Driven in by Kovacic, was well blocked in the end. Modric pokes it back out the right-hand side. Ivanušec with a cross, it's headed clear by Kalas, but only as far as Modric again on the edge of the area. Might come for Perisic for a not too dissimilar position from where he scored. This time he crosses to the far post. Headed away from inside the 6-yard box again by Kalas. All hands on deck here for the Czech Republic at Hampden Park. 1-1 the score. It's been one-way traffic, Chris, since the restart.
Yes, it has. You know what? Perisic was in the exact same position there, and it wasn't on to cup it at the back. It was on to take the exact same shot. Fantastic little bit of skill just to get that yard again. But I don't know what he's seen. It's like it's a fantastic bit of skill to get the yard, hitting the shot, do the exact same thing again. It was unstoppable.
Please keep your mask on plates.
On the score as the spectators inside Hampden are just being reminded on the PA system to keep their masks on for the duration of the game. Still lots of COVID protocols in place. A very vibrant atmosphere though, Chris, isn't it, despite the vast array of empty seats around this famous old ground.
Yes, it is. What's a fantastic game of football, isn't it? Both teams using the ball well. That attractive brand that we all like to see.
Did you know it's named after an Englishman, by the way? I didn't mention it during the Scotland game. John Hampden, a former English Civil War soldier. No comment on that?
No comment yet.
England against Scotland live from Wembley, 8 o'clock tonight, both on Talksport and Talksport 2. Remember, that's a foul by Vashalko. He might be fortunate here to escape a yellow card, having gone diving in right on the edge of the penalty area. He didn't get anywhere near the ball and sives through Mazepust, and this is a free kick in a promising position, Chris.
Yeah, it is. You know, again, Berida and Yankto all over the ball there, but yeah, Jacques told her that, you know, it's a silly one to give away. You're on top. I guess he'd already got behind, so he's just trying to. And you know what? It's one of them. If the referee didn't come out with a yellow card there, we wouldn't have any arguments. But like you see, with the quality coming in, they've got some aerial threat in there, and they mark zonally as well, which I'm not having at all. Especially when you're up against the Czech Republic with the aerial threat that they have.
Yeah, 7 of the goals, 13 of them they scored in qualifying came from set pieces. It's low towards the near post though, looking for Souček, bounces off the Croatian defender and out for a corner. Too sure why they decided to take the low route there when they've got so much aerial threat. First corner for the Czechs of the second half, and a chance to play some football in and around the Croatian penalty area. Derrida, the captain, with a delivery, and it's headed high over the crossbar, around about 6 yards out by Patrick Schick. 1-1 the score, and here comes Nikola Vlasic off the bench for Croatia. One former Premier League player replacing another as Andrej Kramaric races to make his exit. 12 Premier League games Vlasic played for Everton, claimed to have played out of position during his fleeting stay at Goodison Park. What will he bring to the party, Chris Wellerman?
Yeah, you know what, again, on top at the minute. He's just trying to keep that momentum, aren't they? Another attacking player that, you know, it's just it's not attack v defence, but trying to get as many numbers in that attacking third.
Souček smuggles it into the penalty area, almost came from Yankto. The goalkeeper, Livakovic, came sliding out and prodded it away with his leg, and then in comes the cross, and it should be dealt with by Guardiol.
It was fantastic goalkeeping there from Livakovic there. He had to come out. Yankto got there first, but he went down with the challenge well, and then recovered well.
Open field to this game now. The Czech Republic coming forward again. Schick in the penalty area, couldn't get away from Luka Modric of all people, back doing his defensive duty, and it's picked up on the edge of the box now by Kovacic. This really could go either way, Chris.
That's what we want. You know, I think end to end, very open game, great quality from both sides. Both goalkeepers have got a big part to play in this match.
And the Czech Republic are going to make their first changes. Luka Mazepust, maybe having felt the force of that challenge, is being replaced by Adam Hosek, the youngster, and also Thomas Honesh. The one change from the Scotland victory is making way for the player that he replaced in the starting lineup, Alex Král of Spartak Moscow.
What's that? Very much fresh legs, light for light, nothing much changes here.
Well, Hosek, I was just about to say, is the Czech Republic's youngest ever player at just 18 years of age, so fresh legs from him. And Crow will just sit now alongside Souček as the cross comes into the Croatian area. Flying header clear by Vršálko, facing his own goal, did well to arch his neck there and divert it away from danger. And it's collected now by Ivanušek. Cleared upfield by the goal-booted Vršálko. 1-1 the score here on Talksport 2, live from Hampden Park on the night England faced Scotland at Wembley. That game getting underway on Talksport at 8 o'clock, and here on Talksport 2 as well for a more Scotland-centric commentary. Not before we're finished though in this game. 64 minutes played.
Alex Kral coming on kind of says that Jaroslav Zlhavi happy with a point, isn't it? You know, just Souček won't be advancing, just sitting there protecting, which and sometimes can just invite the opposition on that little bit more.
What does this do for Scotland, Chris? It will mean that Czech Republic have 4 points, so if they don't manage to avoid defeat at Wembley, they won't be able to catch them. Croatia will be on 1 point.
It's a must. Take away the game tonight. It's a must-win against Croatia anyway. Anything we can get from this game.
But does 1-1 suit Scotland in some ways, or would you prefer a definitive outcome?
I think a definitive. Czech Republic, Croatia on 0 points. Another defeat coming into that last game. You know, it's big. Here at Hampden, massive.
That game will be live on Talksport 2 on Tuesday. Here is the mop-herd Kral into the penalty area. It falls kindly for him. I think he was almost in danger of having a nosebleed there. Alex Kral so far up the pitch and didn't know whether to cross or shoot in the end. It's Luka Modric again with a slide tackle to concede a corner.
Well, you know what? Alex Kral just took far too much time there. Just more decisive. Get the ball under control, get your shot away or pick someone out. Just waiting, allowed Modric to come and make that defensive challenge here. So it was a fantastic opportunity.
Those Czech fans in the Aikenhead Road end of Hampden Park away to our right trying to suck this ball into the back of the Croatian net. 1-1 the score, 25 now biting minutes remaining. The corner will be taken by Derrida from the right hand side. Needs to put it high up into the air this time, does so, but I think it's too close to the goalkeeper, and it's well claimed actually by Livakovic under some pressure.
No, different class goalkeeper. Livakovic come out there, good strong hands, he was challenged as well, good control of the ball.
And this game is tantalisingly poised here on Talksport 2. Yanked over the Czech Republic, who, having had to soak up a lot of pressure early in this second half, just beginning to ask 1 or 2 questions of their own. Here is Mateo Kovacic, plays a much more advanced role for Croatia than he does for Chelsea. Kovacic, we've seen a lot of him in and around the Czech penalty area. He's played a good ball out to the right, and Ivanušek. Vršálko offering support on this near side, coming infield for Modric. I think it's just sat a little bit too deep for Zlatko Dalic's liking. Not really picked up possession in areas, Modric, where he can really hurt the Czech back line. Here's Ivanušek in space down the right touchline, running towards the penalty area. He's got Vršálko again bombing forward on the overlap. Here is Vršálko, a La Liga winner with Atletico Madrid this season. Infield for Kovacic, plenty of winners' medals strewn throughout this very experienced Croatia side. Modric hurdles the tackle on the edge of the penalty area, and then it's played in towards Vlasic, but swept away by the right back Sufal. He was off the pitch when he did it. It will be a Croatia throw and a chance to maintain the pressure here. You are listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport 2 with TradePoint, with a lineup of over 40,000 products in stores nationwide and online. Get all you need when you need it at TradePoint. What Croatia really need here is a second goal. You have to credit Zlatko Dalic though, adored by his players, maybe not so much by the Croatian public, for the positive tactical changes that he made at half-time to get his team back in the game.
Yeah, on the front foot straight away, and again just keeping that momentum, making the change when they're... Oh, there we go.
Here comes Schick on the counter-attack. Across was Domagoj Vida.
Great defensive covering there from Vida. You know, as soon as it became a race, he just got himself in front and then just kept the ball.
He owns a pig farm, Domagoj Vida.
It's worrying that.
Worrying that I know that. Here's Modric, the captain, dropping deep once again in front of that back four. I mean, he's nearly 36, Luka Modric, but he's covered every blade of this Hampden Park pitch, hasn't he?
Just with it as well, you know, so comfortable, no matter how tight it is. Sees the picture, executes it, just plays the game at his own pace, doesn't he?
He's one of those players who just seems to have all the time in the world whenever the ball is at his feet, Luka Modric. Such a clever footballer.
Yes, it is.
1-1 here at Hampden Park then. 21 minutes remaining. Are we going to get a winner? Remember, if the Czech Republic do win, they will go top of the group. Well, a point actually will take them top of the group until England plays Scotland tonight. Have we mentioned that enough? Live on Talksport and Talksport 2, the oldest rivalry in international football resumes. Here come the Czech Republic down their left-hand side. Infield to the David Luiz lookalike Alex Kral. Plays it out to the left, and Schick, who isn't shy to come and run the channels, the goal scorer for the Czech Republic, his third of the tournament, giving them the lead from the penalty spot towards the end of the first half, counted out by a brilliant finish from Ivan Perisic for Croatia. There's still plenty of noise being made inside Hampden. Here's Souček, right wing position for the Czech Republic, being forced towards the corner flag. He just chips it into the penalty area, but will be easily swept clear by Vida. And then it looked like a foul from Kalas on Petkovic, and it will be a free kick for Croatia, 10 yards inside their own half of the field. Bruno Petkovic seen in Croatia as a bit of a like for like of Olivier Giroud, very powerful, very direct, a focal point of the team. A surprise to some that he didn't start this afternoon.
Yeah, it was. You know, I think just he's a presence, isn't he? Strong there, he just had his feet planted, and Kalas came through the back of him there, but he's just trying to make it stick, control the ball, take it down. Definite free kick, but he just brings something different, and with the right service on his day, unplayable.
Possession stats heavily weighted for Croatia in this second half. Here is Michalko raiding down the right once again, everybody in white back inside their own half. A very warm evening at Hampden. It's played out to the left-hand side, crosses in towards that man Petkovic, but well defended at near post by Chaluska, getting his body in the way, and in the end the ball collected by Tomáš Vaslik, the goalkeeper.
Not a bad ball in there at all. Guardiola there, you know. I think Kovic was at the back area. He's just tried to fire it across the front. It was nullified, defended well. Vaslik comes out and just claims. Just got to think that one. I think just put your foot under it, get a little bit of height there for Petkovic to go and attack it.
It's the voice of Chris Iwelumo here on Talksport 2. Our build up to England against Scotland starts pretty much as soon as the full-time whistle has sounded at Hampden Park. Paul Dickov and Andy Barge, your Scotland-focused commentary team here on Talksport 2 on Talksport. Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce and Sol Campbell will be calling the action. How much attention will Steve Clarke be paying to this game, or will all his focus be on England-Scotland at this moment in time, Chris?
All his focus, the players' focus. I think it is just that time, that little bit of downtime, the team meeting. They'll know exactly, they'll plan for every scenario. It's just about staying in the game, taking their chances this evening.
Has he asked you for a scouting report on Croatia ahead of that final group game? Sure we could knock in something together. In comes the cross, Perisic in the penalty area, nods it down for Croatia, shot over the crossbar, brilliantly worked again, couldn't quite keep it down, Vlasic. As the cross came in from Guardiola, was having more of an influence on that left-hand side. Perisic did really well just to nod it into the feet of Vlasic. He just gets underneath the shot, but it's not far away from finding the corner.
No, it's not far away at all. I've got to say, fantastic ball in from Guardiola there as well. Perisic just takes the pace out the ball, and a fantastic little set for Vlasic there. And you know what? It was just too high for him to take first time. He's got it under control, but just couldn't get his foot round it to keep it down as well. Falling back, it's a difficult one to take.
Mikhail Kremenchik is being ready by the Czech Republic. Next time the ball is dead, it Might not be dead for a moment though, because here is Ivanušec, dancing feet inside the penalty area, hooks it into the 6-yard box, but easily collected by Vašlik once again.
Yeah, Ivanušec there, he just lost his footing a couple of times, fantastic little bit of skill. He's just cut in, took it round Božil there, and it's just, there's no bodies in the box. He's trying to find someone, but again, lost his footing. And Czech Republic got back in numbers there and defended well.
Petr Ševčík is also going to come on, so another double change here for the Czech Republic. The ball goes out of play for a throw-in for the team in white. And those changes can now be implemented. Off goes Yankto. Hasn't been able to have the same influence in the second half that he had in the first, Yankto. And it's going to be Patrick Schick as well. So he's declaring at 3 goals for the tournament for the afternoon. Patrick Schick, the man whose penalty gave the Czech Republic the lead before half-time.
Yeah, again, I'm just thinking it's just, don't need to score again, the point. I think Zalhavi will be happy with the point, the changes that he's making. Legs, defensively sound, they'll know their responsibilities.
Well, Ševčík is a diminutive midfielder. In fact, he was told as a youngster that he was too small to make a career in professional football. He scored the winner for Slavia Prague in a title decider against Victoria Pilsen recently. Very different stature from Mikhail Kremenchuk, the tall Pauk Salonika frontman. And he will come on and lead the line in attack for the final 15 minutes of this game. 1-1 the score, and Croatia have a long throw in from Jan Božil to defend. Hoists it towards the penalty spot, nodded up and away by Lovren. Maybe a chance of a counter-attack. Pekovic has shown too much of that though to Soufal. Forward he goes, Soufal, and there might be an opportunity to try and get across onto the head of Kremenchuk. Souček helps it on inside the penalty area, and then it's blazed over the crossbar from Adam Hosek. Half a chance on the volley.
It's more than half a chance, Hosek there, he sees it all the way. Just wait, allow the ball to come down that little bit more. But there's bodies there in front, and he's just snapped at it, hasn't he? He's got to get his foot over that and hit it into the ground. And I was definitely asking a question of Livakovic and the Croatian goal.
I guess that's the risk for Croatia as they pile forward in search of a winner, that Croatia are wily enough to hit them on the counter-attack. And remember, defeat tonight, and Croatia could almost start packing their bags for home. A draw, and they are very much still alive in the group ahead of that final match here against Scotland, live from Hampden Park on Talksport 2 on Tuesday. Souček driving forward the West Ham man, but he's been dispossessed by Michalko. They're going to go all the way back here, Croatia, to Livakovic inside the 18-yard box. It's the 4th time that Croatia have faced the Czech Republic. They've never lost, 1 win and 2 draws in the previous 3 encounters. Is there going to be a winner, Chris Wellerman?
Well, again, it's the gamble that you take. Croatia are throwing bodies forward. I've got to say the Czech Republic are handling it well at the minute. They've made changes, defensively sound, I think, to try and see it out for the point, which is also a dangerous one. But for me, I think the way that Zlatko Dalic has set them up, the changes he's made, he's going for 3 points. Not happy with the point.
Yeah, 3 points blows the group wide open, doesn't it? Depending on what happens at Wembley, where the team sheet has just landed, by the way, certainly from an England perspective. And as we predicted, Reece James and Luke Shaw both coming in to the starting lineup. Pickford will be the goalkeeper. James, Shaw, Stones and Mings in defence. Rice and Phillips keeping their partnership in midfield. And then you've got the likes of Sterling, Mason Mount and Foden in behind Harry Kane up front. That's the England team. 8 o'clock kickoff live on Talksport and here on Talksport 2, and Harry Maguire is back on the England bench. We'll get Chris's reaction to that in just a moment. I'm sure he's far more interested in what the Scotland team is. We'll get that imminently, I'm sure. Both fullbacks changed, Chris, by Gareth Southgate.
Again, you think about it, to nullify a threat of Croatia, who's the reason that Trippier goes to left back. We're going to see a lot of the ball, good energy, offensive players coming down both flanks. It's going to be some big questions asked of Scotland tonight.
1-1 here at Hampden Park. We have 12 minutes remaining, and the big news, Chris, was a couple of big changes for Steve Clarke. Kieran Tierney is fit, he starts. Shay Adams starts alongside Lyndon Dykes up front, and Billy Gilmore starts for Scotland.
Fantastic, delighted. Billy Gilmore, the game it's massive, but he's got the temperament, the quality, the class. Lyndon Dykes and Shay Adams, it's a big one, because I'm sitting thinking, you know what, go with one up top, defend, counter-attack football. When you're going with two, I'm thinking we're going direct, picking up the second ball in that attack and third. That's important. Those little battles in the midfield, have to pick up the second balls if you're going to go direct to the two.
And it looks as if McTominay has gone back into a back three. Marshall in goal, O'Donnell on the right hand side, Robertson on the left, McTominay, Hanley and Tierney in the middle of that back five. McGinn, McGregor and Gilmore behind Dykes and Adams.
Yep, so it'll be McGregor and Gilmore just sitting in front. McGinn, can he get forward? Can he cheat as often as possible and get up with the two up top?
That looks a better Scotland team, a more balanced Scotland team than the one that Steve Clarke picked here against the Czech Republic for their opening game.
Well, it's always a big one, isn't it? And I said, for a manager, certain loyalties to come into it, the players that help get you here, I think it has to go out the window. You have to look at every game differently, and like you say, I think there is a better balance to that side, especially Kieran Tierney coming in with the relationship him and Robertson have down that left hand side. Hopefully it clicks tonight.
Andy Barge and Paul Dickov will be your Scotland commentary team here on Talksport 2. England against Scotland underway in less than an hour and a half's time now, but still 10 minutes to go between Croatia and the Czech Republic, with the score locked at 1-1. This man Perisic, who equalised for Croatia, plays it into the penalty area, and then the cross from Petkovic collected easily enough by Vaslik. I mean, I think you're dead right, Chris, here, that the Czech Republic have settled for 1-1. The onus really on Croatia to try and win the game in these final exchanges, as it's picked up by the pint-sized Shevchik just inside the Croatian half and swept out now to the left, and Kalas brings it forward into Croatian territory. They will just try and keep the ball, take the sting out of this second half fight back from Croatia. 1-0 down at half time to a Patrick Schick penalty, cancelled out in style by Ivan Perisic early in the second half. And those fans that were lucky enough to get tickets this afternoon have been treated to another exceptional goal in the tournament that just keeps giving in that department. Here is Vaslik. Czech Republic content to build from the back now. Vaslik all in yellow, matching the bright overhead sunshine, plays it forward into the Croatian half. Lovren just sweeps it back for Domagoj Vida. Croatia will be back to their training base in London tonight. And that's given away by Lovren on the edge of the centre circle. Here come the Czech Republic on the counter-attack with Hosek into the penalty area. He didn't really know where he was going, but he's gone down, and you can judge by the reaction of Chris Irrelevant. He felt it was possibly a penalty. They will be checking that as Croatia counter with Bruno Petkovic down the right, and he is sent tumbling to the ground by the challenge, and it will be another Czech Republic yellow card for Jan Borgio, the left back this time, and we're going to hopefully see a replay of the incident at the other end. That was...
Well, he's not in control of the ball there, Alex. The referee was positioned well. Also, just thought he got to the ball first. There was contact, but he's not in control. So I think that's the only thing that will go against it if it's checked. I think the referee's made his mind up straight away.
Yeah, it looks like any kind of check is over, and it's a Croatian free kick now as opposed to a second Czech Republic penalty. And Mateo Kovacic, the man who hijacked the microphone at the runners-up World Cup parade and said to the crowd, "We are drunk as pussycats," is going to take the free kick. Wouldn't necessarily be my party trick. Here is Kovacic, plays it short to Modric in the centre of midfield. Modric with the Right-footed ball high into the air, but headed away by Soufal. Czech Republic defending deep here, and the clock running down. And they will be very happy with 4 points from 2 games. 4 points usually would be enough to get you through at least as one of the best third-place teams. Meanwhile, Croatia are readying another change. David Zimmer, I think, will be coming on after a throw-in into the penalty area from their goalscorer Perisic, headed away by Chalushka, and they've got plenty of distance on the clearance in the end, and it's picked up by Vida well inside the Croatian half. It remains 1-1, Chris.
Yeah, again, it's a fantastic tempo still. You know, more often than not, you know what, I've got to say, Czech Republic, even when they get the chance, they're trying to play, they're slowing it down, getting the passes in, playing through the thirds. As soon as Croatia got, it just raises the intensity of the game, the flow, throwing bodies forward, driving forward, making things happen.
Actually,
in control at the minute.
Brozovic, who's coming on for Croatia. Antonin Barak for the Czech Republic, their final change. I'm not sure I'm a fan of these 5 subs. Here come the Czech Republic with Soufal, playing it forward to Kremenchik inside the penalty area. He's forced wide by Lovren. His cross loops up Dejan Lovren and should be cleared away. Crowd winning it back on the edge of the D, only momentarily. And here's Vida now, who plays it into the feet of Guardiola, left corner of the Croatian penalty area. Those Czech fans still making a racket over on the far side at Hampden Park. 1-1 here on Talksport 2. England against Scotland, the main event still to come. This has been a pretty tasty warm-up for that. Plenty of talking points as Král picks it up for the Czech Republic inside his own half. Now Souček, room to run into inside Croatian territory. He's urged towards the penalty area. Here's Hosek. Can he stand up across the far post? Soufal is arriving. How calm was that from Perisic to chest it back from the edge of the 6-yard box to his own goalkeeper.
I can't believe he took it on. You know, there's a Czech. You have to go over the Czech striker. I'm completely shocked that Perisic had that the quality just to chest up for Livakovic just to come out and claim it. Fantastic bit of skill.
That's why he's won so many honours, Ivan Perisic, and what a goal by him early in the second half to get Croatia back on level terms. It remains 1-1 with 4 minutes plus stoppage time to play, and it's Croatia coming forward on the left-hand side with Guardiola cutting in the left back into Modric, midway inside the Czech half. Ivanušić might be able to get a shot away here. He dribbles into the penalty area, then actually rolls it out to Perisic, but maybe going for goal would have been the better option. The Czech Republic have it back now with Soufal over on the right touchline. Král trying to clear it away. Croatia have really applied the pressure in this second half on Talksport 2. Can they conjure a late winner for their efforts? With Ivanušić on the left-hand side, into the feet of Vlasic, the number 13, and it's scooped over the top of Soufal by Perisic, but out of play, much to the delight of the Czech contingent, and it will be a throw-in for the Czech Republic, and it will stay at 1-1. Here come the changes. Anton Barak, the Verona midfielder, replacing Darida, the captain for the Czech Republic. Likes to shoot from distance. Antonin Barak, that might just be the Czech Republic's best bet in these final stages. And Marcelo Brozovic is also coming on for Chelsea's Kovacic. He's had a good game, Kovacic.
Yeah, he has. Second half, I think they've all been outstanding. Really controlled the game, used the ball very well, and like you say, got fantastic reactions to come out, get the goals straight away, and that they have dictated and dominated this second half.
I'll tell you what, it sets us up for a fantastic game on Tuesday, particularly if Scotland can avoid defeat at Wembley. Both Scotland and Croatia with every chance of progression to the knockout stage. Of the Czech Republic finished our campaign against England live on Talksport. So maybe 4 points won't be enough. Here's Souček, edge of the penalty area. It's skipped away. Scooped away by Fishalko. And picked up by Vlasic in the right wing position. He's got Král to try and navigate around. Across comes Jan Borgil. Has to be careful, he's already been booked. And his tackle was tied to perfection. Cleared upfield by Král, but collected by Lovren just inside the Croatian half. Still 1-1 here at Hampden Park. And it's chipped in towards Perisic. And there could be a chance for Pekovic on the turn, deflected. And just wide for a corner. Perisic again, the arch creator for Croatia.
Yep. Perisic and Pekovic there linking up very, very well. You know, it's a fantastic block again from Kalas. We've seen that on Monday, didn't we? Threw himself in front of everything. He had to throw himself there. Pekovic has the goal at sight, struck it well. Kalas again, fantastic defender.
Luka Modric trying to work some magic from the corner. Good ball in there, and a flying header from Dejan Lovren. In fact, Pekovic again, it wasn't the near post. It took a deflection. It will be a second Croatian corner in quick succession.
That's fantastic ball in. Pekovic there, seen it all the way, made good contact, getting marshalled very well by Kalas again.
Modric into the penalty area. Important header away by Souček. He got good distance on the clearance as well. It's with Šimi Vršelko midway inside the Croatian half, and we are into the final minute of the 90 here at Hampden. 1-1 the score. Jim White will be biting his fingernails. He's got Czech Republic to win 2-1 in the sweepstake. Another near miss from the man to my right as it stands. 1-1, but still time for one of these two to change the complexion of Group D once again ahead of England against Scotland. Live from Wembley. Kick-off a little over an hour away. As Tomáš Vašlik clears upfield for the Czech Republic. Good header by Vida, under pressure from Kremenček. It's picked up by Souček, now wearing the captain's armband. Very much leads from the front, Souček. West Ham fans will testify to that. The fourth official indicates only 3 added minutes at the end of the game. 3 minutes for one of these two to find the winner. It's Král in possession for the Czech Republic. Trainer wearing Zlatko Dalic still trying to orchestrate things from the touchline. At the moment, the Czechs look pretty comfortable, Chris, in possession.
Yeah, they do. You don't know what, using it very well. Souček just, well, dropping really deep. Goes back to Vašlik, he just comes out, keeping possession well, slowing it down. And to be fair, Croatia never chased it the way they have done all this second half. Maybe accepted the fact. Yeah, Modric isn't happy, he's having a go at Zlatko Dalic there.
Certainly played in a more conservative fashion this tournament. Luka Modric hasn't really been able to influence proceedings in an attacking sense. In fact, probably his best work has been done in his own penalty area. A couple of really important tackles that Modric has made.
Definitely, but like you say, he is class. He just keeps it ticking over, everything's going through him in the centre of the park, and maybe he's not getting into that attacking third as often as he used to, but he still dictates a lot of the ball in there.
Are we going to get a late sting in the tail at Hampden Park? We've played almost 90 seconds of the 3 added minutes. The Czech Republic in possession down their left touchline with Borgil. One back by Croatia, and maybe one last opportunity to counter-attack. Kalas powerfully defending again up against Pekovic. He's not an easy man to leave on his backside, but Tomáš Kalas managed it, and it's back now with Vašlik, the goalkeeper. Still 1-1 at Hampden. Forward it goes from Kalas. Any goal now for either team would turn 1 point into 3. Here's Pekovic on the right touchline, trying to play it forward to Modric. Král shields the ball away, but it's a free kick for Croatia. Clumsy tackle from Hosek. It's a yellow card. Hosek, the offender, thought for a moment it was Borgil, but it was the teenager, and it's going to be a free kick, and one last chance here for Croatia to get bodies inside the Czech Republic 18-yard box. Luka Modric has placed the ball down 4 yards in from this right touchline, right in the centre of the Czech half. It's now or never, Chris.
Yeah, it is. Pekovic, he needs to get himself in there. Again, it was a silly foul to give away there, but it's the quality of Modric now.
There's so many players who can get on the end of this as well, but it's a good header clear by Král. only as far as Ivanushev's on the edge of the area. But there goes the full-time whistle. The referee didn't quite play out the 3 added minutes. Honours even in Group D. The Czech Republic taking the lead 8 minutes before half-time. Patrick Schick from the penalty spot after a VAR review penalised Dejan Lovren for an elbow on the Czech striker, but that cancelled out in emphatic fashion. Ivan Perisic with another wonder goal in this tournament of fantastic strikes. Croatia off and running in Group D, and both these teams still with every chance now of progressing to the knockout stages. It finishes at Hampden Park. Croatia 1, the Czech Republic 1.